Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.
All right, everybody hit the like button. Sam Cassell is gone. Okay. Now, first of all, why is everybody acting like Sam Cassell was like a serious game changer for the Philadelphia 76ers, and we just absolutely shot ourselves in the foot by watching him, by letting him go? Why is everybody acting like Sam? I like Sam Cassell. By the way, I like Sam Cassell. I like what he did with Tyrese Maxey. I like how he is with players in training. What I'm saying is, this does not matter at all. This doesn't matter at all. Somebody DM'd me this tweet, and it said, "We're screwed, blow it up." And I was walking down the sidewalk with my girlfriend last night, legitimately, to a friend's house to sit outside by a fire and watch the NBA Finals. Shout out to the NBA Finals outside sitting by a fire. You should try it. It was dope. But I was walking down the sidewalk, and I just looked at my phone, and my DM on Twitter said, "We're screwed, blow it up, Shams Charania." So I'm like, oh my God, Shams tweeted something, some big giant news that means the Sixers are totally screwed. You know, James Harden re-signs for the biggest contract of all time at 34 years old, something crazy. I open it, and it says, Sam Cassell has agreed to join the Boston Celtics coaching staff under Joe Mazzulla. Who cares? Bro, who cares, bro? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Yes, Sam was a great development coach. It's not the end of the world. There is a billion NBA training coaches that develop players, that put players through drills to work on individual parts of their game to get better. Did Sam Cassell personally develop Tyrese Maxey? Absolutely not. Tyrese Maxey's a baller. Tyrese Maxey's a worker. Tyrese Maxey works on his basketball skills every single day. Do you guys think that basketball is this super complicated, some kind of rocket science? Because it's not. It's absolutely not. Tyrese Maxey would develop in the NBA with any number of NBA training coaches that you throw at him. Here, do drills to improve your left-handed drives. Do drills to improve your run. Do drills to improve your crossover. Do drills to improve your step-back jumper from the corner. Do catch-and-shoot drills from the corner with the hand in your face. Come on. Sam Cassell didn't invent developing. And then somebody said to me, Sam Cassell's going to Boston, where he's going to give intel on our team to the Boston Celtics, and he's going to teach Jaylen Brown how to dribble and have a left hand. Bro, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Is this the United States government at war with another country? Give intel? Anybody in the NBA can look at the Sixers roster and know what they do. There's no secret. There's no secret intel that Sam Cassell is holding. That he's going to Boston and being like, listen, here's the secret intel. Okay? And they're like, whoa, thank God we hired Sam Cassell so we could get that super secret intel, and now we could take out the Sixers again. It's ridiculous. And also, nobody is teaching 27-year-old Jaylen Brown how to have a dribble bag and how to dribble with his left hand. Sam Cassell's going to go there and wave a magic wand over Jaylen Brown, and suddenly he's going to be handling the ball like Kobe Bryant. Come on, man. Come on, man. All I'm saying is you're making way too much out of assistant coaches in the NBA. It doesn't matter. What Sam Cassell did with developing players, there's a million other guys that do the same exact thing. It's not that complicated. Also, Sam Cassell realized when the Sixers hired Nick Nurse, I now have no shot at becoming a head coach of this Philadelphia 76ers team. Nick Nurse is young. Nick Nurse has a championship in the NBA, championship in the G League, 2 championships in the British League. He's a winner. They're probably going to give him several years to try to get this team over the hump. I would assume 4 or 5 if it starts to trend in the right direction. So he's not going to stay under that if he wants a head coaching job. He goes to Boston. Why do you think he went to Boston, by the way? Joe Mazzulla was being talked about as quite possibly being fired because the Celtics blew the Eastern Conference Finals to the Miami Heat. Now the Celtics announced they're moving forward with Joe Mazzulla, and, Brad Stevens says how much he likes him or whatever. Sam Cassell probably said, hey, this guy, I got one guy that was just hired that's not going to be fired anytime soon. I can go to Boston where this guy almost just got fired. Now I can be right underneath there. And as soon as Joe Mazzulla inevitably gets fired next season because they fail to move on from Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and that combination of players doesn't work because everyone knows it doesn't work, but they're going to make the coach a scapegoat, Sam Cassell has a chance of being promoted. That's why he went to Boston. That's my take on it, man. That's my take on it. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter at all. Anyway, Kastner, thanks for being a member of the channel, my dude, and thank you for supporting the channel with Super Chats. Why does every Sixers fan want DeRozan? 33-year-old non-3-point shooter, perfect spacing for a bead. Just another Tobias Harris, in my opinion. I got a hot take. DeMar DeRozan is worse for the Philadelphia 76ers team than Tobias Harris. Because at least Tobias Harris shoots a three-pointer at a 40% clip and developed into more of a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter this past season. I think playing Tobias Harris at the small forward is a mistake. I think the combination of Tobias Harris and PJ Tucker at the 3 and the 4 is a disaster that I hope Nick Nurse doesn't roll with. I highly doubt he will. I thought it was ridiculous that Doc Rivers did it all season, and then when Tobias and PJ would stink it up for a month straight, he wouldn't even consider changing his starting lineup. DeMar DeRozan doesn't do anything for you. He doesn't shoot threes. In 2023, in today's NBA, DeMar DeRozan doesn't shoot threes. He does nothing for you. So I agree with that. I'm not interested in DeMar DeRozan. If there was a trade that went down with the Chicago Bulls wanting to blow it up or move on, and you could work out something with Tobias Harris, getting rid of that contract and swinging something with the Bulls, it would probably look more something like Alex Caruso if you get a player in return. Or maybe just couple of bad expiring contracts that you buy out just to save a little bit of cap space on the Tobias Harris situation. I don't see it being Zach LaVine. I don't see it being DeMar DeRozan. And I don't think DeMar DeRozan really helps an NBA team much because he shoots twos all day, man. And unfortunately, it's a three-point shooting league. And, if you're going to play the DeMar DeRozan style of basketball, I think you have to at least be a Jimmy Butler who has shooters around him and just finished a game last night with 9 assists. You know what I mean? Jimmy Butler at least plays that glue guy, that kind of point guarding the small forward role type of player where he doesn't have to be a three-point sniper because he's driving, putting pressure on the defense, and kicking and kicking and kicking and kicking. Kicking to Max Strus, kicking to Duncan Robinson, kicking to Gabe Vincent, kicking to everybody just bombing threes out there.